Go live on everything else. Okay. Nope. Oh, there you go. Whew. Okay, finally fixed it. I was using StreamYard, and I guess what had happened was my computer was connected to my headphones, but StreamYard wasn't connected to my headphones, and it caused a lot of issues. So if y'all can hear me on YouTube and Instagram now, please let me know. I don't want to get into the. There we go. Yeah, somebody said, "Look, cooking with grease." All right. That. Thank you for saying something because I would have just been in here running my mouth. Now see what had happened was. I missed y'all. It's been 2 weeks since we've been together. School's been. Oh, I guess I need to start over because y'all didn't get none of that, huh? So for those of y'all who don't know, I'm a full-time college student now. So it's been 2 full weeks now of I mean, not 2 full weeks. Damn, it's been a month. It's been a month so far of me being in classes. And I actually chose to go to in-person classes because I know me and my attention span. And if I get the option to go strictly online, I feel like I'm not going to take it seriously. And I feel like I'm not going to, I don't know. I just feel like I just know me and I just know that was not the best option for me. I'm going to be real with you. So I decided to go to in-person classes. Now, my Spanish class is virtual. It was not going to do about that. But I'm taking accounting and I'm taking public speaking as well. So public speaking, and it's so funny because everybody was like, "Oh, you're gonna kill that class." Da 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 da. I don't know. I give my first speech on Tuesday. It's a career speech, so I'm going to be giving a speech about becoming a certified financial behavioral specialist, which is what I'm looking to do. For those of you who are not, I mean, I've been thinking about my CFP, but I'm not quite there yet. Like I'm not sold on it. So I decided to do my first speech on certified financial behavior specialist. I give that on Tuesday. So I'm gonna let y'all know how that go. Because the feedback she be giving me, my confidence was here when I started that class. I'm like solid here now. Like she can cut them down, boy. Like the feedback she's been giving my classmates, it really kind of has my anxiety pumping. Like, shut up, you paid your truck off. Congratulations. Look, I'm trying to be like you. But yeah, so school's been going real good, but I've been super busy. So, and like I got some announcements and stuff we're gonna go over in a little bit, but I just wanted to give y'all like a little update as to like where I've been for the last 2 weeks. My birthday is next week. Shout out to all the March Pisces. So next Friday, you probably won't see me, or if you see me, it'll probably be like early in the day. That's why I started doing them at 3 my time, 6 Eastern time. Because like doing it later in the day, I'm probably gonna be turned next week. So, and then the week after, I'm going to Mexico, so y'all are not gonna see me. So I'm trying to give y'all as much as I can during this week and during next week, so that y'all will be good without me. I'll probably drop a YouTube video for the Friday. I'll drop a YouTube video for the Friday that I'm not gonna be able to go live, so that you all will at least have something to go off of to kind of keep the momentum going. No, for real. Somebody put on TikTok, if you see me next Friday, no, you didn't. Because no, you didn't. No, you didn't. But welcome to the weekly Friday Night Live like Q&A. How it works is you guys can drop whatever questions you have about credit and money and anything having to do with those things, and I'll get you guys an answer. Typically I stay on live for about an hour. I've been doing real good with sticking to my hour because usually we be on here all night, but I've been doing real good with sticking to my hour. So hey, Ginger. So yeah, so like if whatever, and it don't matter if I'm talking about it or not, because we do have a topic we're going to touch on today. But even if I'm not talking about it and it's just a question that you had and you just so happen to catch me live, drop it in the comments. If you're not comfortable asking your question out loud, you can always DM me. And if you have like a super detailed question, I'm going to talk to you guys about the advice column that's going live this weekend. Bye. Text me sometime. Cool. But yeah, so that's what's going on. So if you have like a more detailed question, you can always submit it to the advice column and it'll be anonymous when I answer it. So nobody will know I'm talking to you but you. But it could be something that applies to everybody else too. So I really wanted to kind of open that option up to y'all. Now, today. First of all, can we talk about how my free group is now open? So for those of y'all who don't know, I had a Facebook group. And it's still active. Like people still ask questions and stuff in there now. But the biggest complaint I got was that people who are not on Facebook, or like they're not active, or maybe they're going through Lent and kind of giving up social media, they would have to give up the group. And I was trying to find ways or alternatives where I could kind of have that same level of access to everybody and not just the people who are active on Facebook. And so we started a Mighty Networks community. Mighty Networks is the app you can download, totally free to join. The group is 100% free. It's paid for by sponsorships. All you guys got to do is join. I will drop Hey girl, I'll drop the link in the chat for everybody that's on YouTube and Facebook. I don't know if it's going to drop in the chat on Instagram, but if you're on Instagram or TikTok and you guys want to join the group, all you have to do is DM me. I want to join the group, and I'll send you a link. Like I said, it's 100% free. We got a mini course that's going to be going live in the group later on this month, and the first 40 women to sign up for the course are going to be 100% free. We have resources that we share. Like, it's a ton of stuff going on in there. I guess we could talk about, we got a ton of stuff going on in there. If you already in the group, we definitely did an announcement this morning announcing that the group was going live, because for a while it was in like a soft launch phase, just getting feedback and testing out the different features. So we've narrowed down the spaces to just look like a handful of spaces. So there's the group chat, which is the main part of the group. That's like the Facebook wall. This is where you would post your questions. No, y'all gonna stop talking. Everybody is coming for me about how I talk. Screaming. I'm screaming. What's up, Budget Baller? So the group chat is the heart of the group. This is where most of the engagement between all of us will be at. This is where you can drop your questions. This is where you can put memes, talk about your wins and stuff like that. I did add some group guidelines, and not necessarily rules, but there are group guidelines just to make sure that I see your questions and can answer your questions, right? So number one, if you're going to post, use hashtags. Use hashtag ask if it's a question, if you want to celebrate a win, hashtag win if it's a meme, whatever. But that helps to kind of segment the content. So if I ever need to go back during office hours and make sure that I answered everybody's question, I can easily just type hashtag ask, and it makes it super easy for me to navigate into the space so I can make sure that everybody's questions get answered that day. And then speaking of office hours, right? So every day, Monday through Friday, from 12 to 3, so 12 to 3 Pacific time, 3 to 6 Eastern Standard Time, I'll be active in the Mighty Network. So if you guys got questions, you can chat with me directly, or you can drop them in the group chat and we can have a little heart-to-heart, right? The group chat also has a chat feature on top of the feed. So you all can talk to each other out loud, right? And we also are going to have this live Q&A every Friday. Now, eventually, once the group grows, we're going to be doing this in the group. And then y'all will only get the replay on YouTube. So just like a heads up. Did you pull your planners from Amazon? I did. I mean, it was like a 2022, 2023 planner anyway. I didn't do one for 2024. I did not want that headache again. Let me tell y'all, having a planner was a lot. So I didn't do one for this year. As far as Amazon, I do have like a undated financial planner on my website that you can buy for like $10, $15. It's digital. And all of my products are digital. Like I'm really not trying to do no physical products right now, to be honest with y'all. But yeah, I did. I don't know if they're pulled off, but like, I don't know why anybody will buy a 2023 planner now. Eventually, who knows? I might go back, but shout out to the digital planner girlies. There's actually a couple of new things in the shop, and I also pulled out a lot of old, outdated stuff. So yeah, you should definitely check out the online store if you haven't already. That's exactly what I was going to suggest. Hopefully you get paid on the generic ones. It's not even that big of a deal. I use a lot of those things are what I use when I help my clients, and I just thought that it would help y'all too. And I was like, even if you don't have the money to hire me, you should at least have access to that resource. And it's a ton of free stuff. If you're in the Mighty Network, that's the only way that you can access those freebies, because I finessed it like that. But there's a ton of freebies too. We got like free budget templates. We got free savings trackers, free ebooks and stuff like that. Like, there's a ton of value in the Mighty Network community. And as more people join it, more people contribute to it, you'll get a lot more out of it. So I'm super excited for what it's going to turn into. And I mean, I'm super proud of what it is now. We have almost let me see how many people we have in it right now. Can I see that? Somebody showed me how to see it earlier. I should have paid closer attention. Oh, no, I can go here. Let's see. There's 100. Oh my God, I didn't even know we had over 100 people. Oh my God. So it's 114 members in here in the Mighty Networks community so far. So if you guys are interested in joining it, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, I did put the link to join in the comments. If you're on TikTok, just DM me. I want to join the group, and I'll send you the link once I get off a live. Same thing for Instagram. But I'm pretty sure one of the links in my bio will also take you to it. And there's also an email that's going out tomorrow for everybody who was not on the waiting list to get into the group. And it's going to have information about the different spaces that we're going to have and all that kind of stuff. So I'm super excited. I can't wait for y'all to like check it out and actually start doing stuff. You can take the girl out of B-more, but you can't take the B-more out of the girl. No, for real. Oh, how are the little settling into LA? Listen, my kids love Cali. They love that it's never too cold outside. So like they don't really gotta wear like a heavy coat no more. Like I'm kind of mad that I did spend the money on 3-in-1s this year. If you know, you know. But they've been using the hell out the fleece part. So I guess they're getting some kind of use out of it. But my kids been loving California. And this summer, especially because like I'm not working. I'm like I said, I'm a full-time student and I'm an entrepreneur 100% now. So it is what it is because I quit my job. But now that I got so much more time on my hands, we're actually going to be getting out and doing a whole lot more. So I'm super excited. Like, for example, Fall Out Boy is coming to town soon. I'm taking my kids, so that'll be their first concert. We're going to go see Fall Out Boy. So I'm super excited. I got to see Fall Out Boy when they came last year. And then, get to see them next week, which is right before my birthday. So I'm hyped. But we really settling in. We really liking it or whatever. It's coming along. It's coming along. And again, y'all can ask whatever questions you want. We 15 minutes in, we got 45 to go. So if you got any questions around money, around credit, or anything related to that, go ahead and drop it in the comments and I'll be sure to answer them. I literally don't log out until I answer everybody's questions. So please don't be afraid to ask it. If you don't want to ask it in front of everybody else, you can always DM me a question as long as it's not something that I got to like scrub your credit report for and do a whole bunch of work. I'm going to be real with you. You're going to have to pay me for that. But if it's like a question here or there, I'm not about to make you schedule an appointment for that. We can talk about it. You can also join the Mighty Networks community because I answer everybody's questions every day. So, and starting tomorrow is when we have scheduled content posts specifically for Mighty Networks, where we'll take like one of the videos that I've made and like break it down into text for you all to like read and stuff like that. So no, that's not true. That's not true. I left the East Coast for a job. I got a job offer. I was a content creator for a huge marketing agency out here in Los Angeles. They found me on TikTok and was like, "You want a job?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "But we like you." And I was like, I've never lived in California, so let's go. So I packed everybody up and we moved to California. And that's where I'm at now. I quit my job about a month ago. I don't want to talk about why, but it was a lot. And I quit my job. And since then, I am officially a full-time student and a full-time entrepreneur. So this has actually been really fun. This is the first time where I'm not like afraid or like, don't get me wrong, I did not plan to quit my job. So, and it was so funny because after I quit, I made the joke, like I tell y'all all the time, don't be doing shit not having no plan. And that was exactly what I did. I quit my job with no plan. I had nothing set up for that. However, I am at a space with my finances, like I'm financially free enough that quitting my job didn't necessarily put me in too much of a bind. I'm able to still kind of live the lifestyle that I have with the money that I'm bringing in everywhere else. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I've just been chilling. Let's see. Ooh, would it be more efficient to pay off debt with the higher balances or higher interest rates? So this is actually a personal preference question, and I'm so glad you asked. I actually have a video that's going to be posted tomorrow, Kenneth. And in the video, I talk about, so one of my goals this year, so for those of y'all who don't know, we a 2-car household. I have 5 kids, so that means it's a lot of us. So I have a Dodge Durango and I have a Honda Odyssey. And so my Honda Odyssey I just got last year. My Durango's from 2019. I bought it when I retired. And I want to pay my truck off this year. One, because the Odyssey was $50,000. But 2, I really just, it's a financial goal that I wanted to set for myself. Last year, one of my goals was to max out my Roth IRA, and I did that, and I was so proud of myself for making that happen. And I feel like if I have that same dedication to this goal, I can do that. So I'm super excited about it, but I'm using both debt repayment strategies. So 2 very popular ones are the debt avalanche strategy and then the debt snowball method, right? And they're 2 different things. The debt snowball method is what a lot of you are familiar with when you arrange your debt from smallest amount to largest amount and you pay it off like that. And that works for my car payment, right? That works for my car payment. But when it comes to my credit card debt, so I have 2 types of debt, obviously. I have credit cards and then I have my car loans. And so that works for my cars. But with my credit cards, I prefer to organize that debt by interest rate. So I'm paying the highest interest rates. I'm trying to hurry up and pay them cards off first and then kind of go down the line. So for me, it made sense for me to combine the two methods to pay down my debt based on what my goal is, right? And how I came to that determination was I sat down with myself and kind of ran the numbers, right? It would be easier for me to pay down and off all of my credit cards to free up some more of that money that I can then throw towards extra car payments. So that just made the most sense in my particular situation. So that's why I say that that's a personal preference question. If you're looking for like a way to track your debt repayment and stuff like that, one of the newer products that I just put in the shop in my online store last month. Hey Coco. One of the things I put in the online store last month was I added a debt payment tracker. And what it does is you put all your debt in, the interest rate and your interest rate, your minimum payment, and your like what the total balance is. And then there's an option for you to toggle between the avalanche and the snowball method to see which one best works for you. And it's a Google dashboard. So all it is a Google spreadsheet. So as long as you have a Gmail, you'll be able to access it. And it's super easy to navigate. But I just wanted to answer. He asked the question originally for those of y'all who just coming in was, would it be more efficient to pay off your debt with the higher balance or your debt with the higher interest rate? And it's all personal preference based on what your goals are. But just knowing the different ways to pay off debt is extremely helpful. All right, let's go back up to some more questions. I have a collection reporting separately as open and past due. Can I get that removed? So it depends on your why, right? Whenever people come to me and be like, oh, I got this account, can I get it taken off? It depends on why. You can't just say I want it off, or oh, it's making my credit look bad, so I want to dispute it. That's not a good enough reason. You actually have to have a reason for a dispute. So for example, if let's say you're like you said, for this particular person who asked the question, they said that maybe it's reporting to one bureau as open and another one it's saying closed open on time and it says open past due. That's an inaccuracy that you can capitalize on. If anything about your account is reporting wrong, and this is where you need to start making sure that you know your business better than they know your business. If anything is off, I'm talking any numbers, if they're reporting it as open here and closed here, if they're saying that, you got 3 late payments over here and 2 late payments over here. If anything is off about it, you can use that as grounds for dispute because that means that the account is reporting inaccurately. And the Fair Credit Reporting Act states that reporting inaccurate data knowingly is considered willful non-compliance, and you can use that as grounds to get an account removed. However, right, so there's the other side to this. You can't share this because you're probably seeing it on my private page. But if you go to my Money Plug page, Facebook user, I'm not quite sure who you is, so I'll just put your comment up on the screen. If you go to my Markia B, aka the Money Plug page, you'll be able to share it from there. But you won't be able to share it inside the Facebook group or from my personal page. But yeah, so like if you can find anything that's reporting inaccurately about it, then you can go ahead and capitalize on that. But you have to give them the opportunity to correct it. So like you don't have to tell them exactly what's wrong with it. You can just be like, y'all sure this is it? Like, are you sure? And if they be like, oh yeah, of course, because you know they always do. They'll tell the credit bureaus like, oh, you know, this is right. This is what we had. You can slap it on the table like, you're lying. This was wrong. And you can then leverage that to go ahead and get the account removed, especially if it's a collection. They're more willing to do it if it's a collection as opposed to if it's a charge-off. If it's a charge-off and you have a significant amount of like history on it, 9 times out of 10, they're just going to do the correction. They are not going to remove it. So just prepare yourself for that. Did you see the story about the lady who got arrested for using? Yes. Oh my God. So y'all know, all right, y'all know how I feel about CPNs. They're illegal. Use it or don't use it. That's up to you. But just know that it is illegal and stop trying to tell people that it's not. It was so funny because I did a TikTok. I did like I did it on Instagram originally. It's got like 40,000 views of the girl who be silent screaming. And I put her background as the dentist at the dentist's office. And it'd be like, it was like when you try to, what did it say? When the dentist said he went to go get his gloves and he come back with the police. And she got locked up. That lady absolutely was arrested for trying to use a CPN. And like, people be like, oh, she got locked up because she wasn't planning on paying it. No, it didn't even get that far. She tried to use it. Oh, thank you. Somebody said they love my shirt. Thank you. Made it myself. You know what's so crazy? I was just talking about, if you on my private Facebook page, you saw it. I was talking about opening up a merch shop. For those of you who don't know, this is not my first business. My very first business, it was called Arts, Crafts, and Trap Music a long time ago. I shuttered it like 2 years ago. And it was a t-shirt design company. I used to paint shoes, make cups. I used to do all the things during the pandemic. And this is one of those shirts. So it's crazy. The shirt's the shirt's 2 years old. But yeah, shout out to me. So I was thinking about opening up my merch shop. Y'all remember my What Would the Money Plug Do shirts? I had the beanies, the stickers. So yeah, I'm thinking about bringing that back. We'll see. I did answer your question. Yeah, I seen it. That's what I was saying. Yeah, I saw the video. I even made like a little funny TikTok about it. And you know what? A hard head make a soft ass. That's literally what it boils down to. A hard head make a soft ass, because there is no reason that y'all should still be doing these CPNs and trying to play like you don't know. And the gag is, I don't know if y'all know how the law works, but if you break a law, they don't care that you didn't know that it was a law. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. That's literally what they say. They don't care that you didn't know it was illegal. It was illegal and you did it, and you will be charged. That lady is getting charged. So don't let them people finesse y'all. I know Atlanta just be doing their own thing, but babe, consequences are consequences are consequences. Like, I just can't believe that we're still having this conversation. Newly widowed, had to file for bankruptcy. I want to say for retirement, but don't know how on my own. So this is a really good question, because I'm actually having to navigate this right now. I had a 401k through my job, right? Because they matched. So I was putting money into that, but I also had a private Roth IRA that I opened through Fidelity. And I opened it after doing a lot of research. Some people that I highly recommend you follow if you're thinking about investing for retirement and you got a lot of questions around it. Millennial in Debt. That's her name on Instagram and TikTok. Who else? Better Wallet is another really, really good one. Mark used to be a Wall Street guy, used to work, do financial advising, and he's amazing. Has really good content, as well as Building Brick, Kevin Matthews III, shout out to you. But they all three have a lot of content surrounding investing for retirement. As a matter of fact, Millennial in Debt was just on the Today Show, I believe. It was either Today Show or Good Morning America. And she was talking about FIRE. For those of you who are aware what that is, she was talking about having a magic FIRE number, or retiring early and how to invest. She made a whole thread the other day talking about, even if she never invested any more money into her retirement accounts, when she becomes of retirement age, she'll have $2 million. And I thought that was so dope. And they were who inspired me to start investing in a Roth IRA, because before I started my formal full-time job, I wasn't really doing nothing. I had retired from the military and was kind of chilling a little bit. I was doing the money plug, but at the time it wasn't a big thing to me. It was like a hobby, and I wasn't saving for retirement. It wasn't until 2023 that I started saving for retirement, and I was able to max out my Roth IRA. But the biggest thing is surround yourself with people who know what they're talking about. So those creators that I told you about, go to the library, grab a book. There's a ton of, I'm a Kindle Unlimited subscriber. I look up everything on there, because I'm paying for the subscription anyway. I might as well get the free books that they got. So definitely, get some education from books. I know I love social media and everything, but at the end of the day, there's nothing like having a professional give you the answer. And when it comes to investing, so saving for retirement, investing in the stock market and stuff like that, there are certifications that are required before people can legally give you financial advice. So it's really, really hard for me to be like, just follow a million people. The people that I'm telling you to follow, they know what they're talking about, even just based off of what they are demonstrating on social media, as well as the fact that they're mad reputable. You can literally look them up. I'm not going to send y'all to nobody sketchy. But always, always, always consult your own financial professional. Find somebody that work at your bank. Most banks or credit unions or whatever will offer consulting services. You can call them and be like, I need financial advice. And they either have people at the bank or credit union who do that sort of stuff, or they outsource it. But always, always, always try to find your own financial professional, somebody who can give you specific advice about your specific situation. All right, let's see. I have 20K left on my car. I think I can get it done by December. Oh, girl, come on. Come on, girl. We should do a pay down challenge. March's challenge is not that, but now you got me thinking about it. We're going to talk, because I definitely want to pay my car off. I have a car I want to turn in. It's too expensive and I can't afford it. Social media will tell you don't do it. Your pride will tell you don't do it. Your friends and all of them will tell you don't do it. But at the end of the day, you know what you can and can't afford. It's more than just a car payment when it comes to a car. And you know what's so crazy? I just did a video on this not too long ago. And the song that was playing in the background was Bills, Bills, Bills. But it's the truth. There's a lot of hidden costs to having a car that a lot of people don't talk about. It's more than just a car payment. How much is it car insurance? How much is it to maintain it? If the tire pop, how much is that going to cost for you to replace it? Like there's a lot that goes into it. And if you've identified that this is too much and I cannot afford this, as long as you got a way to get from point A to point B, or if you got to downsize and get something older, smaller, whatever, do what you got to do to make it work for you. But don't let nobody bully you into keeping that car knowing that you can't afford it. But don't let them put you in a weird ass 360 deal on a used little something either. The insurance is too high, like $600 monthly. So if you have high insurance, I am a chronic haver of high insurance, but I'm also a terrible driver. But if you ever want to know why your car insurance is so expensive, there's a report that's very similar to a credit report. It's called a Clue Auto report that you can pull. And you can look to see why the hell your car insurance is too high, because you know your car insurance plays off your credit. So if you have bad credit, unfortunately, you're probably paying a little extra in a car payment. But also, if you have high car payment, it could be like, high car insurance, sorry. It could be that they have claims on there that you never filed or that didn't belong to you, tickets or something that's up under you and you had no clue about it. So definitely suggest pulling your driving record and your Clue Auto report just to make sure it's not nothing on there looking crazy that's causing you to have such high insurance. And if there's nothing you can do about it, then yeah, that might be your best option is downsizing. I'm at the point where I don't care no more. It was a mistake I wish I never made. And we've all been there. Let me tell you, I had a car get repossessed. If none of y'all, I'm going to be real with y'all, none of you have known me this long. But in 2014, that was like the worst year of my life. And I had a car get repossessed. Bro, since then I've had like 3-4 cars. After that, let me see. I had took over my brother-in-law car payment for a little bit. He had a little Mercury Sable that I was riding around Baltimore in. And then I went and bought a Kia Soul. Shout out to Nationwide Kia in Linthicum in Baltimore. I had the world's worst credit, and them niggas hooked me up with a brand new car. That shit had like 5 miles on it. And if you met me while I was at Bragg or at Fort Jackson, you see me riding around and getting it in my little toaster. But I bought my Kia Soul with a repo on my credit. I got a Dodge Journey after that. So then I had the Kia Soul and the Dodge Journey. And then I traded the Kia Soul in for a Kia Optima. So I had the Kia Optima and the Dodge Journey. And then I traded the Journey in for a Durango. So then I had the Kia Optima and a Durango. And then I got into a car accident in 2022. Totaled the Optima. Still have the Durango, and now I have a Honda Odyssey. Well, I bought a Honda Odyssey, and then I just traded that one in for this one last year. So, like, I've had multiple cars, right? Like you can come back from that. But the longer you wait to make a decision, the longer that decision is going to haunt you. The sooner you go ahead and be done with it, the sooner you can start recovering from it. Now that you big time, do you still do credit repair? Let's talk for a second. Let me tell y'all why I don't. I do credit counseling, which is completely it's not completely different. It's just that I'm tired of doing it for y'all. Y'all, like, people love getting on social media, right? And saying credit repair is a scam and it's a fraud and it don't work and da-da-da-da. When the gag is, for a lot of y'all, it don't work because you don't do what you're supposed to do. People would literally pay me hundreds of dollars, and I would see these people one time. They would never schedule their check-ins. They would never let me know when they got response letters. They would never let me know, like I would never see these people again. And you only pay me for work that I do. So, like, the money you gave me is for the work I've already done, but, like, damn, is that it? And then they be trying to spin the block 6 months later and don't want to pay it in. And I'm like, no, you didn't even do what you were supposed to do when you were an active client. I'm not doing it. And it was just so stressful. Switching, now that I'm a financial counselor, I offer credit counseling in the sense of I still sit down and we scrub your entire credit report. I will tell you exactly what's impacting your score. I will give you tips on how to improve it. I will tell you everything you need to know for you to do it. Because I should not care more than you care about your credit. And that's literally what it boiled down to. I was caring way too much about other people's credit. They weren't willing to do the work and getting mad at me because I didn't want to do the work for them. I can only do so much. Like, I'm not a miracle worker. Like, I'm sorry. So I no longer offer credit repair services. However, I do offer credit counseling. So I can still help you draft letters. I can still tell, like, my biggest thing is education. When I first started this, and shout out to those of y'all who was following me when I first started doing this. When I first started doing this, it was strictly credit repair. I was offering credit repair services and credit literacy education. As I've evolved as a financial professional, y'all know I hold a lot more designations now. I have a FINRA designation. I'm a fiduciary. And for those of you who do not know, a fiduciary means I have a legal obligation to work in the best interest of my clients. And what's in your best interest is not me putting band-aids on bullet holes. What works in y'all best interest is teaching y'all how to do this shit yourself. Putting y'all on, like, the objective should be, when you leave me, you don't need me. Yeah, we can check in every couple of months if you want to, just for the accountability aspect. But like, when you leave me, you should not be spinning a block on me. Like, my services is not a service that I want you to have twice. And so that's how I've started pivoting my business. And so now I don't offer credit repair services at all anymore. Now I operate a financial education firm that offers financial counseling services. But like, credit repair was such a stressful time for me. I loved it. I'm telling you, if you ever need a class or something on credit, I'm your girl. I can give you the tea. But I realized that I was enabling a lot of people because I was sitting here and doing all the work, sending all the letters, explaining to the people why what they were doing was wrong, when in reality, y'all wasn't learning anything. Then you go out and was still making the same exact mistakes over and over and coming back in 6 months like, I don't know what happened. And I realized that just wasn't the impact that I wanted to have. And that was what pushed me to start pursuing other designations and stuff like that. And so that's kind of why my service has evolved the way it has. I was paying, and the people I was paid never taught me how to maintain it. And that's what most people need. Like, a lot of people, and I was one of those people, I got into this out of necessity. I had horrible credit and horrible relationship with money. And I was one of those people that I was so ashamed of my mistakes. Like, oh, I should have known better, da 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 da. And I just spent so much time beating myself up instead of teaching myself to do better, or learning from someone else how to do better. And so now I've really kind of shifted how I give so that you guys are getting that, instead of me just sitting here and doing everything for y'all and then y'all just posting screenshots on social media like, oh my God, my credit's fixed. Thank you so much. I mean, thank you for that. But like, did you learn anything? Or are you just going to go back and do the same thing over? So I'm not repeating that because I just had to have a whole conversation about him. This lady yelled at me today about her premium and deductibles. Like, ma'am, I am just the adjust. It was a bad day. It was a bad day. She was having a bad day. She's not like that. I'm going to say she's not like that. Let's see what other questions we got. Teach me, I need to know how to maintain it properly. Girl, I'm telling you, join the Mighty Networks community. Mighty Networks has a free app that you can download so that you can turn on like post notifications and stuff like that too. But like, we start the scheduled posts tomorrow. Our book club starts next week, y'all. Like, it's lit. Like, it's really gonna be lit in this group. Like, make sure y'all join it. If you want TikTok, DM me and say you want to join the group, and when I get off, I'll send you the link. If you're on Instagram, it's one of the links in my bio. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, it should be in the comments for you guys to click and join. It's 100% free. Y'all don't gotta pay nothing. And yeah, I'm super excited. Like, I'm so excited about the group. Let me just say that. Like, I'm real hype about it. I feel like, when people have kids and they so annoying because now they just keep talking about their kids all the time. And this is not what we're supposed to be talking about. It is girls' night. Like, that's me with this Mighty Network. I be trying to slide it into every conversation. I hate talking about credit with people because they just want to know how to not pay. Rage, bro, and be so mad when I have to pop their bubble. Like, babe, sometimes you do. Like, sometimes you do. Sometimes there's nothing you can do because that company has their P's and Q's in order. Sorry. And people get so mad when you say that to them. Oh, so mad. This is actually a really, really good time to segue into this partnership that I'm going to be telling y'all about all month because I'm super excited. I'm doing a partnership with the Savvy Ladies nonprofit organization. For those of you who don't know, last year I was awarded the 2023 Female Finfluencer Award by Savvy Ladies, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to the financial empowerment of women. And I was awarded for my social media content and all the things that I do on social media to support female financial empowerment and education. And I spun the block on them this year, and I was like, listen, can y'all sponsor some seats in a mini course I'm trying to drop? And they was like, what's that? So I have a mini course that's going to be dropping in March for Women's History Month. It's going to be it's called Mom, I Am a Rich Man. For those of y'all who know the quote, right? Like if you know, you know. But it's talking about female financial empowerment, which is a lot different than the male journey, obviously, because I'm not a man. But it talks about a lot of the commonalities that we all face as women, and then specifically Black women, right? There's a huge part of it that like ties into the experience of being a Black woman and navigating finances when you did not have the right examples in front of you previously. It's all sponsored by Savvy Ladies. So the first 40 women who register for the mini course when it is live will be able to attend for free. So I'm super excited for y'all to be a part of that. But also Savvy Ladies, something that I promised I was going to shout from the rooftops, right? Because I'm just like, I think this is so dope because I get so many DMs from people who are like, oh, you know, I would love to hire you because I have XYZ money problems, but I just cannot afford it. And like, I'm only one person. I can't help everybody. Sometimes my schedule's full. Sometimes I don't see DMs, right? It goes to my spam or whatever the case may be. Savvy Ladies has a free financial advice hotline for women. 25-minute calls. They can answer your questions. They're all certified financial professionals, right? Like they can take care of you. And it's one of those things that I wish I had when I needed it. And it's crazy because Savvy Ladies has been around for over 20 years and I had no clue. I knew nothing about them back when I was going through my own mess. And so I thought it was really cool that they had this. And I have been screaming from the mountaintops to anybody I can. So if you are on Facebook or YouTube, it's dropping in the comments right now. If you are on TikTok, DM me free financial advice, and then I'll know to send you this link. That's why I hate that y'all can't be on StreamYard. And if you're on Instagram, I'll drop it in the comments. There we go. I'll drop it in the comments for y'all. And I'll also, you know what? I'll add the link to my link stack on Instagram once I get off of live. So yeah, that's what I'll do so y'all can be able to get that too. But listen, all you got to do is fill out the form. You go to the website. It outlines what the service is exactly. You fill out like a little form, very similar to a Google Doc, and then they contact you to set up your session. It's literally that simple. It's 100% free. And it made me feel like I tested it out. Y'all know I don't just be giving y'all shit. I tested it out. I literally just put it on a note just now. I just put it on a note. You know me so well. You know me so well. Like literally, I got it up. But I tested it out and it was so seamless. Like, you know, one of the biggest things about asking for help is as an adult, when you talk to other adults, right? So if it's another adult giving you that advice, it's so intimidating because I be feeling like they're silently judging me. Like I should have known this. Why don't I know this? Especially like when we around the same age, which I experience a lot now as a financial professional helping people. And so it's really hard for people to ask for help sometimes. And I know that from experience because like, I don't know, I'd be embarrassed, I guess, for lack of a better word. Like I just be so embarrassed that I'm even having this problem. But with this hotline, I didn't feel that. I mean, they knew like, you know what I'm here for. Like, and I spoke to a woman. I have not encountered a man on the hotline. I'm not sure who all is on the hotline. They are all volunteers who are dedicating their time to do this for y'all. They are all fiduciaries. So they have a legal obligation to act in your best interest or to advise you in your best interest. So if you are somebody who cannot afford financial advisors, right? You can't afford to hire a money plug or the budgetista or whoever, right? Like this is and you're a woman. Sorry, men, I'm still looking for a resource for you all. But if you're a woman, this service is available to you. And I highly suggest you use it. There's nothing worse than having a good resource and not using it because there's so many people who need this and don't have access to it. So if maybe it's not you, maybe it's a cousin or a sister or your mama, but take that link, y'all, share it out. I'm going to be making content about them all month long, talking about their hotline to get the word out because this is such an amazing thing. And I think so many more people could benefit from this, but they're only going to benefit from it if more people know that it exists. So So that was a cute little segue into that. But I'm super excited for the little mini course that's coming out this month. It's coming out March 20th. The first pieces of content about it will be coming up next week, but y'all know I can't hold water, so of course I'm gonna say all on live now. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm super excited. And it's in Mighty Networks. See, that's why I'm so excited about Mighty Networks, because you can just do so much in there. But like I said, the first 40 women who register for the course are going to be completely free, courtesy of Savvy Ladies. So I'm super excited about that. So hopefully y'all join the group so that y'all can see when it's out and all that other stuff. It's 114 people in the group, and a lot of them are women. So if you're a lady and you're looking to get into this class, you might want to get into the group quickly. What else? Oh, we got 15 minutes. So listen, any more questions, drop them in the chat, and I will not log off until I answer the question. I'm fine with paying if they can prove I owe it, but you know this. No, for real. Yeah, I should have had more money saved up from being in school. You know, we all, you know, when you be broke and you be like, man, you remember that $3 I spent on such and such the other day? I should have never did it, bro. Like, bro, like when your pockets is touching, you start thinking about all the shit that you wasted money on. Like, remember 3 years ago when you spent $100 on this ticket and you ain't even go? You could use that $100 right now. I hate that feeling. I absolutely hate that feeling. Some more announcements out of the Mighty Networks community is the book club. So for those of y'all who don't know, we are launching a Money Plug book club. It's called What Would the Money Plug Read? We are officially starting the group next week. It's open right now, so you can totally join. If you're on the wait list, everyone should have received a link to join. If not, the email will be going out tomorrow. If you are in the Mighty Networks community, this is not a public space, so you may not see it in your space stack on the side. If you are interested in joining, stick by your email. You'll get an email with a link for you to go ahead and add this space to your stack, and you'll be able to see it pop up there. The very first book we're reading, so This Is Why I'm Broke by Melissa John Baptiste, and we're giving out a free copy. So next week, the group, we're going to start engaging in there, talking about the book and stuff, and next Friday, when I go live, we're going to be giving this book out. If you would like an opportunity to win this book, you have to be in the space. So you have to be a member of the What Would the Money Plug Read book club to get this free copy of this book, which is actually so dope. I absolutely loved this book. This was definitely one of my best reads for 2023. And shout out to Melissa. This is Millennial in Debt. I absolutely adore her. And my book, she wrote to me in my book, y'all. And she sent me stickers. She hurts me. She really was like, she wrote in the book, like, my credit specialist, favorite credit specialist. And I'd like fangirl so hard. Like, but yeah, but this is the book we're going to be reading first. So I'm super excited. We're going to be breaking it down. So how I'm thinking it's going to go, every month we read a book, right? Some people read faster than others. So if you move on to the next book in the series, that's cool, but like no spoilers, right? So don't be posting spoilers and shit in the group, ruining it for everybody. You and me can talk if you want to DM me about it, and we can chat about it because I'm pretty sure I read it already. But one book a month. So we're going to split this book up into a 4-week like little chapters or whatever. And then at the end of March, we're going to come together and like talk about the book and all the stuff that we learned. Now, inside of Mighty Networks community, obviously we're going to be going back and forth like daily. I'm a huge bookie. So please bring all the questions, comments, concerns, discussions. Like I have questions I'm going to be posted in there about the different chapters based on like where you should probably be if you're going to be on track to finish by the end of the month, for you all to engage with and really thought-provoking stuff to kind of keep the brain and the juice flowing and stuff. So I'm excited for the book club. I'm excited because a lot of other people were excited about the book club. So yeah, hopefully we could get like some of the authors to like get into like a live stream inside the book club with us and like talk about the book. That'd be even look, cross your fingers for me. We can crowdsource and make this happen. Or crowdfund. Was it crowdfunding? We can crowdfund and make this happen. Also in the community is the advice column. So I've been talking about this for a while and I've really been testing it out because y'all know me and I'm real big on, you know, as a content creator and as a financial professional, my intent is never to shame people for their financial decisions. I also don't want people to think that they have to walk a certain line when it comes to anything that I say. Like, you have to do it this way, you have to do it that way. There are no absolutes in personal finance. So there's no such thing as there's only one way to do this, right? With the advice column, I'm pretty much people write in anonymously. I have no idea who you all are. Your information will never be shared outside of the little fake name that you give yourself. And you get to ask me the deeper questions. So, like inside the group chat will be what is interest rates? How can I get this off my credit? Right? That'll be the stuff that's inside of the group chat. However, what would the money plug do is going to be like those deeper questions. The last Friday that we were live, I read one and I answered it. So I got one for y'all that I'm going to read. And then obviously this is going to be posted in the What Would the Money Plug Do space. But definitely check it out if you are not comfortable. If you're not comfortable asking your question out loud, this could be, something cool for you to do. All you have to do is send your question to www.tmpd.com. www.tmpd@themoneyplug.co. I don't know where I got that from. So just email me at www.tmpd. What would the money plug do, right? At themoneyplug.co. And you just email me your question and I'll share an answer and post it for other people who might be going through a similar situation. So let's talk about it, because this one was actually a really good one and I've been seeing content about it. So I actually really do want to talk about it. All right. Dear Money Plug, I'm in a real bind and could use some guidance from someone who understands where I'm coming from. I'm a single mother living in New York City and I've just received my tax return. It's the most money I've had at one time in a really long time. I didn't go to college, and honestly, talking about money has always made me uncomfortable. It's like the more I try to understand it, the more confused I get. Here's my dilemma. I got a pile of debt that's been hanging over me, some credit cards and medical bills mostly. I hear everyone talking about the importance of paying off debt, and I know it's eating up my peace of mind. But then there's also this huge part of me that's screaming to just save some of it, maybe start an emergency fund or something, because I've never really had a savings account before. And to make things even more complicated, there's a few things that we really need at home, and I can't help but think this tax return could cover those costs. I'm torn between paying off my debts, saving the money, or spending it on immediate needs in maybe a couple months. I feel like whatever choice I make could be the wrong one, and it's leaving me stuck and stressed out. I don't want to make a decision I'll regret, especially since I'm not just looking out for myself, but for my child too. I'm reaching out to you because I've seen your content and it feels like you get where I'm coming from. Any advice you could give me on how to navigate the situation would be a blessing. How do I decide what's the best move here? Is there a way to do a little bit of everything, or should I be focusing on one thing over the others? Thank you for taking the time to help. Sincerely, Torn and Confused. Right? So let's talk Torn and Confused, because I have this dilemma. I have had this dilemma for years. So I'm a part of the infamous I got a million kids, so I always got a pretty decent sized tax return crew, right? For those y'all don't know, I got 5 kids. And yes, if y'all ask me, they all mine. I distinctly remember having all of them. And so I'm used to getting a decent size tax return. And we used to joke, make the joke oh, it's second Christmas. I remember my very first time. I had my daughter in November. My oldest daughter, I had her in November and filed my taxes. And I was married at the time. We filed together, so we got a decent sized tax return. We split it down the middle. He got half, I got half, and we could do whatever we wanted with this half. And I blew it. I went and bought me a MacBook. This was 2012. So I went to Abercrombie and Fitch, bro. I was shopping, right? You couldn't tell me shit, because that was what I felt. That's what I prioritized at the time. Now, in hindsight, right, I probably should not have done that. However, at the time when I made that decision, that was what I wanted, and I was okay with that, right? And the reason why I bring that up is because when it comes to questions like these, it's all about, what do you want? And what order do you want it in? This is why it's really important for you to be able to identify what your goals are, and actually setting realistic goals, right? Not everybody's like, oh, I want to be a millionaire and I want to do this and I want to do that. No. What do you really want to do? For example, if you don't have a savings account and you know that on your list of things you want, you know that an emergency fund is on there. Okay, now what level of priority is? So let's say you got 4 goals. Arrange those 4 financial goals in order from 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 being the most important thing to me right now. 4 being this is important, but it is not a priority at the moment. And that is how you decide on what to do with your tax return. You can split it up and cover all 4. But if number 1 is your top priority, right? And you're like, I absolutely positively have to do this. So let's say your tax return is 5 bands. You got $3,000 in medical bills, $2,000 in credit card debt, and then a couple little things around the house that you need, and you trying to decide on where to put your money at. I'm gonna do was best for me. And for me, I want to pay that medical debt off. I want to pay that medical debt off just because I don't want that hanging over my head. For those of y'all who don't know, medical debt, when it goes to collections, will report, right? 8 times out of 10, they're going to report as a collection that's going to cost you some points. However, they changed the policy regarding medical debt last year or the year prior. And so any paid medical debt no longer reports to the credit bureaus, even if you didn't pay it until it was in a collection status. So I would prioritize paying that medical debt off so that I would prioritize paying that medical debt off just to avoid losing points on my credit for that. I would go ahead and bite the bullet and pay it off. And with the money I had left, I would now move on to the next thing in my priority list. If it's an emergency fund, cool. I still got a couple dollars left. I'll put $1,000 up in an emergency fund. Boom. I knocked 2 things off of my 4-thing having to-do list, right? And I feel accomplished. I feel like I won because I'm happy with the decision that I made because I did what I want. But at the end of the day, again, this is one of those questions where it all boils down to what do you want and in what order do you want? You have to be able to decide that for yourself. If you get your tax return back and you're still on the fence and you're not sure how you want to spend it, don't spend it at all. Put it over in a high yield savings account. Let it sit there until you make the decision on what you want to spend that money on. Until you are 100% confident in that decision. If you want to fence, put it up. I'm real big on if the decision is keeping me up at night, that means I'm not sold on it. That means I'm not 100% on it. I'm not doing nothing if I'm not 100% into it. I don't half-ass nothing. We're not doing it. So I will sit on that money until I decide. Because I mean, what's going to happen? I was already not paying the fucking medical debt anyway. I was already paying my minimum payments on the credit cards anyway. So it's not going to put me in a bind by not moving. But making the wrong move can put me in a bind. So this means that I need to sit down and sit with myself and really identify what are my goals and what order do I want it. Like I always ask my clients, how bad you want it? Because at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to give you all the information you need to make the best decision for yourself. The only person who knows what's the best move for you is you, because you're the one that's got to live with that consequence. Because if they put you out, I've got somewhere to stay. You see what I'm saying? So I can't sit here and be like, you have to do X, Y, Z with your tax return. Do what works for you. If you're still not sure, like this sounds like you're really not even sure, like the best foot forward, sit down with yourself and look at your financial goals. Like sit down and be like, these are all the things that I want to accomplish this year. Now let's put them in order of I need this right now to I want this at some point. And that's when you start making decisions. And I'm telling you, once you start doing it, it'll really clear a lot of stuff up for you. You'll really start, like, once you identify some clear-cut goals, and we call them SMART goals, right? SMART, like there's a whole formula for it. And as you identify the path that you want to walk, subconsciously, you will start making decisions that are in alignment with that path. You won't even be thinking, like it'll be a lot easier. I mean, it's not so much, but it'll be easier for you to make certain decisions, to be comfortable doing or saying certain things or saying no to certain things. We've been talking about loud budgeting a lot. It'll make it a lot easier for you to do that because you are secure in the decisions that you are making because you know that it is getting you closer to your goals. But torn and confused, at the end of the day, I can't tell you what to do. I can only tell you what the money plug would do. And what I would do is I would sit down, write out my goals, prioritize them in order from I need this right now to I want this at some point. And then I would take that money and I would knock the things out one by one until the money runs out. And then once the money runs out, cool. Now let's readjust the budget to accommodate the fact that I've paid off a couple of these things. Now I can reallocate some of those funds. I hope that helps you. Like I said, if you are somebody who has like a super deep question like that, or you just got something that you're just really struggling with and you're not comfortable putting it out like out loud, you can always email me at www.tmpd@themoneyplug.co. What would the money plug do at themoneyplug.co? So that's what's going to be in our What Would the Money Plug Do space in the Mighty Networks. I'm going to copy and paste their email and then go ahead and type up a response for y'all to check out. And if I can get this whole content creation thing together, I'll even have videos that you all will be able to watch. Hi, Aaron. Did I say it right that time? Y'all thought y'all was going to get me. But yeah, so hopefully it'll get to a point where I'll have videos every time we post one of those two for you guys to go back and watch. For those of you who are visual learners, like you got to see it and you want to hear me say it to y'all. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to hook y'all up with that, but I don't want to promise too much. It's a stretch, right? Oh my God, it's really been an hour already. Now we separate and because I've been MIA. Girl, my life been lifing. I can't even lie to you, T. You know what's so crazy? I never have my phone now. So for those of y'all who don't know, I got another phone for the money plug stuff because it was just taking over way too much of my personal phone. But now I never got my personal phone because I'm always on my money plug phone. So T, I'm gonna give you my money plug phone number so you can text me on there. Because I never had this fucking phone. Only reason I got it now is because that one will do not disturb. So I know somebody will try to bother me on this. That's literally like, I literally have, let me see how many unread text messages I have right now. Can I go back? I have 105 unread text messages. Like, sickening. I be carrying you on and you don't even see it. No, I don't. School been crazy. Life been crazy. It's just been a lot. I bet most of them from me. Shut up. Nuh-uh. I know who most of them from. It ain't from you. We gonna talk. I'll talk. But it's been an hour, y'all. Thank y'all so much. You know, I love doing these Friday night lives. I love answering y'all questions and all that other stuff. Oh, you're from the UK. That's crazy. I live in California, so I live in Los Angeles right now, but I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, which is on the other side of the country. Fun fact, I used to live in Germany. My son's a German citizen. That'd be such a random fact. Let me tell y'all, I loved working in corporate because like when we would play like little get to know you games, like Two Truths and a Lie, I would always have that, and they would always think that that's a lie. Like they just assume Black people can't be born in Germany or something. It should be wild, but like whatever, bro. He don't even have like you know how Americans have a birth certificate? His birth certificate is like a piece of paper. Obviously, we got from the German hospital, but we had to get a report of birth abroad certificate and like translate it. It was a whole thing. But anyway, y'all get me sidetracked. Y'all know what I always say: live every day like it's your last, but pay your bills and wear condoms just in case it's not. I appreciate all y'all for all of the work and stuff, all of the love, the support, and everything that y'all been doing. I don't know if y'all peeped, but I was in Essence the other day. They ended up pulling the article. We'll talk offline about why they did that. It had nothing to do with me though. We have a lot of Black people in the UK too. Y'all think we don't? No, I know y'all do. I've been there. I've been there. I've been following you for a while and I'm trying to get my life together. Thanks for your time. Oh, of course. That's what I'm here for. I absolutely love what I do. Any more information y'all want on me, you can always visit my website at themoneyplug.co. You can always email me, markiab@themoneyplug.co. Phil, I'm sorry. Okay. Ginger, I'm actually like once I get off here and like I unplug for the weekend, I'm gonna read them. I'm reading the books like immediately after this. I want you to use that man name. No, for real. I'm sorry. See, this is what happened when I know y'all in like real life. But I love y'all so much. Thank y'all. If you're interested in joining the free group and you on TikTok, like I said, DM me. I want to join the group. And I'll send you the link. I had a Black girl almost whooped me for asking why y'all men prefer white girls. Yes, that's rude, sir. Ew. She be using the government. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna do better. I love y'all. All right. I'll see y'all next week. If you're inside of the Mighty Networks, I'll be in and out of there all weekend. So, you know, come in, like stuff, chat stuff. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can, T. But yeah, come through. And I will see y'all. I got some really good stuff that's coming out next week. So yeah, y'all stay tuned for that. I gotta get the fuck off of here because y'all gonna have me on here all night. And I'm dying at these comments. Bye, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe, right? If you're gonna sleep with a spouse, make sure it's yours. Don't drink and drive, don't bike and drive, don't walk and drive. Call an Uber. And if you can't afford an Uber, you probably shouldn't be out drinking. Probably should do it at home. But do all the safe things. I love y'all. See y'all next week.